Good evening. Shall we start the session? My voice is audible?
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Yes, it's audible.
Yes. Yes. Uh, I'm excited to share here today to discuss a very important topic that directly impact every engineer's work, that is safety management, especially how structured models help us systematically approach and manage safety in engineering projects. The previous sessions, the last week also, I'm just to handle the classes of basic safety management for engineers. Today, in that continuations, I feel that some of the models, definitely the basic models, definitely the engineers want to be known, right? That only the safety management should be valuable. So that's why I'm just to take this topic for now. The safety is not just a checklist. It is a fundamental part of designing, building, and maintaining system and structures. Whether it is construction site, manufacturing plant, or software system, the safety failure can lead to serious consequences, especially not only the environmental damage, not only financial losses, it also lead to the loss of life, especially the loss of reputation also. Lot of history sources many tragic accidents, from bridge collapse to industrial explosions, often caused by not identifying the risk properly or by poor safety system. That's why that today engineers must understand structured methods for managing risk and especially preventing accident. So the structure safety models gives engineer a systematic framework to think about hazards, risk, and control measures. They help us to answer the questions like, where could a failure happen? What are the weak points? How can we layer defense effectively? By using these models, we move away from the institution and guesswork and instead adopt a logical, transparent approach to safety. As a future engineer, your decisions, process, and designs will directly impact the safety of others. So, knowing how to apply structured models will not only make you better professionals, it also help the others' lives also, save the others' life also. Yes. Just we can move on to the introduction to safety management. Just for the previous week, we just to show all the basics. Just I'm reminder to you regarding their basic things. Okay, that's it. Introduction to safety management. That is, what is the importance of safety in engineering? The engineering in is all about solving problems and creating solutions. But if we don't design or operate systems safely, those solutions can quick turn into the disaster. So safety is crucial because engineering projects often involve high risk of materials, powerful machineries, and public infrastructure also. So the failure in safety does not just cost money. It can cost human lives, damage the environment, and harm society as a whole. So safety management ensure that risks are minimized at every stage, from design to operate to maintenance. What is the objectives of safety management? Mainly having three objectives. One is prevention, second one is protection, third one is compliance. Identifying the hazards yearly and taking steps to prevent accident before they happen, that is prevention. Ensuring that even if something goes wrong, we have measure in place to protect people, environment, and equipment, that is protections. Then meeting all legal and regulatory requirements related to safety. The government and industry bodies set standards and compliance is non-negotiable. Yes, that is compliance. the three objectives are mainly involved in the safety management. Here the real world, one example to giving their safety failures. Just to imagine this. Okay. Just to imagine one situation, you are an engineer designing a suspension bridge. Okay, so you calculated everything, loads, spans, material, but you underestimate how wind might affect the bridge. So a few months after the grand opening, strong wind starts to twist the bridge. Okay, within hour, the entire structures collapsed into the river. Yes, the millennium of lost, public trust also broken, as well as the worst of all, living endangered. Just to think that this actually happened, the Tacoma Narrows Bridge collapse in 1940, the year of 1940. One teeny missing safety consideration, the dynamic wind effect led to total failure. This bridge collapse happened the year of 1940 in USA. Okay, if you just to take the notes, what are the example or the real world example I'm just to mentioning here. If having your time will permit, just to be read in. Okay, it's helping for understanding for yourself. Then that's why in engineering, safety is never extra, it's a fundamental. All these examples remind us safety management is not optional. It is a critical discipline for all engineers to master. The today's sessions, we will explore how structured model help make safety predictable, systematic, and effective. What are structured safety models? First, we can see the definition. The structured safety models are systematic framework that guide engineers through the process of identifying the hazards, assessing and qualifying the risk, and implementing appropriate controls. They break down complex system into the manageable component, offer step-by-step method rather than ad hoc or gut-feeling decisions. The importance of safety measures. Yes, the safety models. First one is organized thinking. It's help you approach safety in a logical, repeatable way. Ensure you don't overlook hidden hazards or interactions between system parts. The second one is risk mitigation. It's provide clear path to analyze where the failure must occur, guide selection of preventive top failure to mitigative limit consequences. Then benefits also. Yes, then accountability, efficiency, all the things are just to be help them. Yes, help them for to understanding the safety models. The benefits also that is traceability, even decisions. Why a barrier was chosen? It is documented and can be reviewed. Facilitated audits and regularity compliance. It's helpful for giving the traceability. Then accountability also to give the clear roles, who perform the hazard analysis, who approve the control, who monitor the performance. Everything should be clearly mentioned, that automatically the people, those who are really involved, they are taking their accountability. So they reduce the finger point when something goes wrong. Then efficiency also, reusable templates and model speed up safety studies on new projects. Standard language and visuals make cross-team collaboration smoother. So here you are understand not just what the models are, but why they are indispensable in modern engineering practices. Then what is the core principles of safety management? The first one is hazard identification. The first step in safety management is identifying the potential hazards. A hazard is anything that could cause harm. This could be anything from your chemical spill to your faculty missing to even a lack of training also. So the engineer use various methods such as site inspection, hazard analysis tools, and the expert opinion to systematically identify where thinking might go wrong. Example, workplace. Example, I'm just giving one workplace example. In a construction site, the hazard might include unguaranteed machines or unstable scaffolding, right? So automatically, first we identify the hazards now. So the second, move on to the risk assessment. So once the hazards are identified, so we need to assess the risk they possess. The risk, the combination of likelihood of the hazards occurring and the severity of its consequence. So the risk assessment answer questions like how like is the hazard to cause an incident? What would be the impact be it if it does happen? So these are the things. Here we can use the risk matrix. The risk matrix is helpful for analyze the, assessment of the risk. Use the risk management to classify the risk from low to high. Low likelihood, high severity equal to high risk. It's one of the formula, you knows very well about that, right? That is low likelihood, the high severity equal to high risk. So the third one is control measures. After assessing the risk, we implement the control measures. You know one thing, first we know that what is control. Control is first we having set the standard. Yes, then we compare the actual. If having any deviation, we want to be take the corrective measurement, right? That is corrective control measures to reduce the likelihood of an accident or minimize its impact. The control measures can be preventive, mitigative, likewise. So the preventive use of fire resistant material, the mitigative install sparkle and fire alarms, likewise. So the continuous improvement, we say that PDCA cycle. Yes, that is PDCA cycle. You know that the plan, do, check, act. We can say that simply. Plan, do, check, act. The safety management does not stop after implementing the control. We must continuously monitor and improve the safety process. The PDCA cycle, that is plan, do, check, act, is a systematic approach for continuous improvement. the plan, identify the safety issues, assess the risk, and plan the control measures, do implement the safety measures, check, monitor the effectiveness of the control, act, make necessary adjustable to improve safety further. I mean the continuation. So the continuous improvement, the many of the companies using their PDCA cycle. Example, if your machine still malfunctions, even with preventive measures in place, so the engineers reassess and refine the control plan. I hope that this slide provides clarity on how each principle work together to build a strong safety culture and a systematic risk management process. These are the core objective of the safety management. Then here only we can start their core intention of today's sessions, that is popular structures model in safety management. Many models are there, but these are the 5 models are very popular, not only in India, in global wise. Okay, so that's why I'm just to selected that 5 structured models. Yes, one by one we can see the next slides. Okay, first one is Swiss cheese model, Bouty model, head-on matrix, fault tree analysis. We can shortly called as FTA. Then event tree analysis, shortly we called as ETA. Yes. Now we can see the model, Swiss cheese model. This model introduced by James Reason in the year of 1990. The model key idea is that safety system should consist of multiple layers of defense, such as engineering control, safety procedures, and human interventions, each designed to prevent accident. However, because every layer has some weakness hole, failure does not occur until all the weakness align, right? So, allowing a hazard to penetrate through the entire system. So, here the components of the Swiss cheese model. The first one is hazard, that is initiating event. The starting point of the potential incident, like a mechanical failure or human error or external factors, example fire, electrical short, even miscommunication also. Next layer is defensive layer. That is, these are the system protocols or safety guard put in a place to prevent or mitigate the efforts of the hazards. Some examples of defensive layers could include physical barriers, example firewalls, alarms, then operational procedures, checklists, protocols, provide training, then technology barriers, that is automation, backup system, monitoring equipment, the human interventions to include that safety audit, supervisions, then emergency response plan. These are the defensive layer should be make. Then holes in the layer. That is, each layer has the weakness. Yes, it's represented by the hole. Here we can say the losses. These weakness could be caused by error in design, human mistakes, or system limitations, even some environmental factors also. These holes are inevitable, right? How the stress are inevitable. Even the 1 year child also having their stress in their level, right? Not only the popular MD having the, facing their stress. Even the 1 year child also just to facing some stress, like the people are giving their chocolate or not. Yes, the toys or we get it or not. Some of the stress, their level, the peoples are getting stress. Such a same thing, the weakness, the holes are unevitable as no safety system can be perfect. So the accident path, the failure route, the accident or failure occurs when the hole in all defective layers align in such a way that the hazards can pass through all the defenses, leading to an accident or failure. The idea is that while each layer may be imperfect, it usually acts as a safeguard until the whole line up. So how it's work? In this model, in manufacturing sector or any construction area or system, IT area, how it works, that model, right? So the diagram visually represented in the slide na. So the Swiss chess model, which is used to explain how multiple layer of defense can prevent failure or accident. It shows 3 layer of cheese. One is hazards, second one is defense, third one is losses, right? So example, in manufacturing, the Swiss cheese model can be applied to prevent accident like machine failures, injuries, or environmental hazards. Defensive layer could include safety protocols, equipment. For example, safety protocols means standard operating procedure. You know that SOP, everything. SOP, it's a rules and regulation, how to maintain. Yes, how to go for that. Even everything having their SOP. The students having their SOP, in faculty having their SOP. What is the SOP simply says what is do's and don'ts. Yes, so everything, every process having their SOP. So that what is the reason we formulate the SOP? Only for safety protocols. So hazard warnings and safety audits, these are the defense layer. Then in equipment also, regularly maintenance checklist checking, then fail safe system immediately to replace, then safety guards, that is close monitoring. These are the things. Then employee training also, the workers are trained to recognize the hazards, use personal protective equipment, and report unsafe conditions. If there is a weakness in any layer, such as on unreported malfunction, misinterpreted safety protocol, or lack of proper training, the system could fail when these holes align, leading to accidents such as machine malfunctions or chemical spills. What is the benefits of the Swiss cheese model? The benefit is, first one is understanding complex failures. The Swiss cheese model provides a framework to understand how complex multiple layer system can fail. It helps highlight that accident are rarely caused by a single event but often result from a series of small individual failures. Next, the benefits also, the focusing on preventing weakness. The engineers and safety managers can use the models to identify the source of weakness in each layer of defense, instead of relying on just one method of prevention. The Swiss cheese model encourage multiple layer of protections, right? So making the system more robust. Then the next benefits also, proactive risk management. The model also help organize think proactively by identifying the potential weakness in each layer. They can take steps to close those holes before they align and cause harm. So the switches model is a powerful tool for understanding how accident happen in complex system. It emphasizes the importance of building multiple layer of defense to prevent failures and recognize that each layer will have weakness. By systematically addressing these weaknesses, the engineers and safety professionals can greatly reduce the risk of accident and improve safety outcomes. I hope that this model is understanding little bit in your perspective. Yes, it's a very simple, right? It's a multiple layer we want to be find out in the defense layer. That's it, right? Here, for example, some peoples are working in the part-time or some of the industries. You just to be think and analyze, yes, what is the layer, in your company you want to be implement. Yes, don't discuss any your higher officials or something. Based on your observation, based on your perspective, just to find out and make. Okay, these much of things, it's induce you or stimulate you to write the research paper. So you just to be publish these things to, that is new, that is creativity, right? So if everything, many of the people, if you having such opportunity, you know that one model, that model is understanding the basic function of the model. That functions you compare your real time industries or real time workplace, then you just to find out few things. It's really useful. If you go for some basic content or some formulation, then you approach the higher officials. Okay, if you strengthen your research paper, you can publish. Nowadays, these are the things to getting more valuable, right? So one or two paper you can easily to publish, you can publish in Scopus, automatically your value is very different. Yes, you can hire the next companies. Okay, so you know that thing is that the many of the engineers, we feel like that we don't have the job. Even many movies also, they are showing that in comedy, if you doing or if you did engineers, definitely we don't get the job. It's not like that. Sure, yes, you know that the talent war, yes, the good employees, yes, the good workers, still be having their demands. Yes, so previously I told that, I hope that the last week also I discussed regarding that. I'm not remember that in your class or other class. Once again, I'm just telling that one case study is there. It's implemented in 2016 for Oxford University. It's a free case studies only. If your time will permit, please download and to read it. This case study is helpful for you to stimulate your self-confident. Okay, that case study name is the talent world, the talent war, Deloitte and KPMG. The 2013, 30,000 employees suddenly shifted their career into KPMG to Deloitte. Yes, because the Deloitte just to giving their attractive offers to the competitors company workers. Okay, because here the what is the meaning? The Deloitte and KPMG is a consultancy company. Okay, so the service financial consultancy companies. tax related companies. Both are very close competitors. Yes, so those the Deloitte is focusing their offers, giving the worldwide yes offer given to the KPMG workers. In KP, those who are working in the KPMG, you shifted in the Deloitte, automatically we are giving their more than 30% of salary. That much of advertisement, immediately the KPMG employees just to shifted in the Deloitte. Why I'm just to highlight it here means if you having their talent, definitely you get the job. Okay, no need to make a queue to waiting the job. Many of the people ready to immediate hiring, but if you need talent, right? Okay. The second model is the bow tie model. The bow tie model is a risk management diagram that combines the fault tree and the event tree. Yes, you know the fault tree on the left, event tree on the right. With the central knot, it's representing the hazard realization. It shows how causes can lead up to a critical event and how that event can branch out into the different outcomes while mapping out control on either side. Here how it's structured. Fault tree, the left side causes, despite all of the possible causes or failure path that could lead to the central event hazard realization. Use logic gates and or to show how basic events combine to cause the top events. Protective control or planned on these branches to stop or interrupt those casual paths before the hazard occurs. Example, maintenance procedures, alarm or safety interlocks. The second, the central event, the knot, the representation of the hazard realization, it's a or top event itself. In oil or gas, this might be uncontrolled hydrocarbon release or well blowout like that. So the event tree, right side consequences. Chart possible outcome, follow the central event branching into success or failure of subsequent control. Mitigative control lie on these branches to reduce severity. Example, blowout, preventers, fire suppressions, even emergency response plan. So how, depending on which mitigators succeed or fail, the event can escalate to varying consequences levels, minor leak in major spill, fire or exposure. Yes, here I am just to giving one example, oil and gas example. That is the hazard, uncontrolled release of hydrocarbon from a wall. Yes, the fault tree causes is here, equipment failure. Yes, the human error, then control system fault, even sensor or calibration failure, whatever may be. Here the preventive controllers, regular maintenance and testing, operator training and contemporary leaks, then automated shutdown, right, interlocks. The central event is wellhead pressure exit design limits in hydrocarbon leakage. So event tree consequence here, branch A, blowout preventer. A successfully sealed or leaked contained minimal environmental impact. Branch B, The secondary containment, the first containment may be failed, the secondary alternative containment catches Sprill. The Sprill response activated, moderated, cleaned up cost, like that. Then branch C, both mitigates fail, gas cloud ignites, fire explosion or major injury or the facility damage or the regulatory fines. So here the mitigative controllers, secondary containment barriers, rapid response fire suppressions or emergency evacuations procedures. By lining these causes now, the central event, the hazard realizations, right, and possible outcome with their respective control in one diagram. The Bowdy model, it's a clear holistic picture of where risk reduction efforts should be focused, both to prevent the event and to mitigate its consequences, right? So next one is the head-on matrix. It is a framework used mainly for injury prevention and safety planning. It helps organize ideas about how to prevent harm before, during, and after the event by considering different influencing factors. Here, simple breakdown of how it works. Phases row, you know that 3
ಇದು heat ಆಯ್ದಂತ
is there. There are the timing stage of the event. One is pre-event, during the event, post-event. Pre-event, what can we do before the event to prevent it or reduce it changes? During the event, what happens during the event? How can we reduce harm at the moment? Post-event, what action can minimize harm after the event happens? So the factors columns, right? We can influence to improve safety, human, the people behavior, training, reactions time, decisions. Then the equipment, machine, tools, vehicle, their maintenance, design, safety features, everything comes to equipment. Then environmental, physical surroundings like lighting, physical environmental barriers, that is signage, lack of signals, weather conditions, everything come to environment. How it all fit together. Each cell in the table, intersection of the phase and the factor. Ask a focus question. Example, what can human do before the event to prevent us? Right? It's training or personal protect equipment awareness. So how can the environment help during on environment? During on event. You fill out the matrix with the real world actions, control or strategies for each point. This forces you to think holistically about safety, not just blaming people or machines, but looking at everything, right? Why it is powerful, this model? Because it's a systematic, multi-dimensional, and always having their actionable things. Yes. So this matrix help you for what we want to do pre-event, during the event, and post-event. Next one is fault tree analysis, FTA. We can say that the fault tree analysis is a top-down approach to analyze system failure. It is a graphical representation that shows the paths of potential failures in the system. What is the key element of fault tree analysis? First one is top event, basic event, and also intermediate event. Yes, some logical gates also is there, that is nothing and or. Yes, and or for example, one by one we can see that the key element of fault tree analysis, the key element is 3. Top event, this is the main system failure or undesired event that you are analyze. System breakdown, the basic event, these are individual component or failure that contribute to the top events. Then intermediate event, these are event that result from the combination of basic events. Okay. Then the logic gates and or. And gate means the output is true. Yes, only if all output condition, all input conditions are true. OR gate means the output is true if at least one of the input conditions is true. That is AND or OR gate. That is logical gates. Example fault tree diagram for system breakdown. Consider a system. This example is helpful for you to understanding their fault tree analysis. Okay. So consider a system that break down when either the power supply fail or the software crashes. The failure of the system can be represented by the top management, top event, that is system breakdown. Here the top event is system breakdown, or logical gate is OR gate, that is if either the power supply fail or the system crashes or the system will break down. Here the power supply failure is basic event. Software crashes is basic event. Okay, if we have further detail, the power supply failure must be due to a fault cable, right? Fault cable or power surge. These are basic event. The software crash must occur due to one unhandled exception or lack of updates. Unhandled exception, outdated software, both are basic events. Okay, if you go for the fault tree analysis and event tree analysis, if you go for that next entire section, next 1 hour or 2 hours, it's possible to explain everything in clearly. Otherwise, it's little bit tough to understand what is basic event, what is top event. Yes, then what is and or everything. It's simply this class you simply to understand that the fault tree analysis also it's one of the safety management tool, that is structural model. It helpful for safety measurement area. Okay, so the next one is event tree analysis. Here the definition of the event tree analysis is a forward looking, that is indexing analysis that starts from the initiative event and maps possible outcome based on system response, used for risk assessment, safety planning and probability risk analysis, etc. Here the key component is initiating event, that is starting point, right? The initial failure or incident is power grid failure. Example, the safety barrier decision is the system or actions that can mitigate or escalate the event. Example, backup generator starts. Okay, so the outcome path is success or failure. Success means yes, failure means no. The event is contained safe outcome, that is success. Failure, event escalate hazards outcome, that is no, right? So the example diagram, I'm just to giving one example diagram here for industrial chemical plant leak. So step by step, the explanation, it's helpful to you for understanding. First one is initiative event is toxic gas leak occur. Yes, so the second step is first the decision note. Yes, that is gas detector functional. Yes, the alarm triggers proceeds to shut down. No, the leak under-detected major disaster. Gas spread unchecked. The third one is second decision note. Automatic shutdown activate. Yes. Isolation value close. Proceed to venting. If suppose no, the system fail, realize on manual evacuation. Then third decision node, that is emergency vending evacuations. That is vending success, gas safely released, minor impact. Vending failure, pressure built, risk of tank rupture. Right? So that here the evacuation alarm work, partial evacuation, delayed containment. Alarm fails, no evacuations, critical exposure risk. So here I'm just to, yes, so the event tree analysis, the step by step, lot of multiple stages is there to prevent their accident. Avoiding the accident. Okay. So now just to be compare the ETA and FTA. What is the difference between ETA and FTA? Here the direction, for example, the direction. ETA is forward directions. Yes, because the step by step. One is failure, we go for second. The second is failure, go for third. For example, one is success, that's it. We want to follow their next and next. That is the direction. Event tree analysis. But fault tree analysis, now it's a backward from failure to root cause. Yes. So first to happen the failure, so then we find the root cause. Where is that? Yes. So the previous historical things, previously, for example, a lot of tragedy things it's happened previously. In that learning point, we just to analyze the root cause, then we make the SOP everything, right? That is fault tree analysis. Event tree analysis means it's a forward. Before happen, we just to be do all the things. Then focus area. Event tree analysis is system response and consequences. But fault tree analysis is, it focuses root cause and failure combinations. Then used for, where we used for event tree analysis is probabilistic risk assessment. But fault tree analysis is reliability engineering. These the difference between event tree analysis and fault tree analysis. Now I hope that the fault tree analysis little bit you have understand, right? Okay. Next one is how structured safety models could have prevented the Bhopal cash tragedy. Here I'm just to giving some incident things because it's helpful for you for understanding their things. Okay, that's why I'm taking their known case studies. Okay, here the incident summaries what's happened. Yes, that is taxis methyl is gas leaked from a Union Carbide pesticide plant in Bhopal. That is impact is 15,000, more than 15,000 deaths and more than 5 lakhs lifelong injuries. So how structured models could have helped? The first one is we take the bound time model, right? The purpose is, what is the purpose of bound time model? That is visualize threats and barriers. Here the threat is water ingress into the tank runway reactions. So the barrier is preventive regular wall maintenance, stress, temperature sensor also want to be implemented. Then mitigative working scrubbles, then flare systems want to be implemented, right? If implement, suppose if implement, we are follow that Baudai model in that time, it's possible to avoid the incident. That is the meaning. Okay, that meaning you just to be understand the concept. So missed opportunity is Bowtie would expose single point failure. That is non-functional scrap. Here to apply Swiss cheese model means identify layered defense failures. Yes, holes. That is in human, overlooked warnings, then technical, disabled refrigeration unit, then organizational, no emergency drills. So here the missed opportunity is proactively align slice. Yes, then fault tree analysis. That is the purpose is root cause analysis of the leak. That is water increase and no cooling. That is the legal gate we can apply here for and means no cooling, or means corrosion. That is the wall failure or corrosion, right? So the missed opportunity is fault tree analysis. It would reveal design flaws. Here, the Haddon matrix is time-based interventions. Pre-event, during event, post-event, some of the what the human want to be applied, what is the technology want to be applied, what is the environment should be applied. We want to know that. So what is the key takeaway here means, if we have used Bowtie model means would show critical barrier failures. Suppose we have used in the Swiss cheese model means we just to exposes the defense layer. If you used, we had used for FTA means proves technical redundancies were needed. If we used Haddon matrix means highlight preventable factors. If we have used even tree analysis means we can use for step-by-step process, we can eliminate that things, right? So these are the things helpful for implementing their structure equation model. I mean the structures models of safety management, especially for engineers. You must be basic understand for these models is helpful for you. Another thing is what basis these models are want to be choose, right? Based on the industries, based on the complexity, and based on some of the right that is profile. These are the things you can possible to implement. I'm just giving some choose the model, how we can choose the model. Another thing is the choosing the model also, some of the factors we want to be keep on that mind. First one is investment, second one is nature of the sector, third one is the management thinking, I mean the management decisions. Next one is the government rules. Lot of things is behind. So based on that country to countries, we can possible to change it. So everything before we want to implement the model, we consider a lot of factors, then only we can possible to implement. Here I'm just saying one thing. The engineers need the responsibility, accountability to save the others' lives. Another thing is you only take care of that new initiative for the company, especially for safety management. So the 5 models at least, it's little bit helpful for you just for understanding the safety management system of any one sector. Okay. It's now the question and answer sessions, please. If you having any doubts.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, please.
Is there any difference between the models and risk assessment?
Sorry.
The
Little bit louder, please.
Yeah, I'm asking if there is any difference between the 6 trees model, the Broughton model, the Harding matrix, the event tree and fault tree between risk assessment and job safety analysis.
Actually, it's not like that. I previously told na each model having their unique advantage. Okay. So
Okay.
another thing is if you take for example in Switch's model, it's most adaptable for aviation sector. Okay, some of the models, especially that event tree model, it's helpful for manufacturing as well as the construction sector. So the each model, it's focusing some of the sectors. So which another thing is the management also should be differ. For example, large scale management, small scale management, and medium scale MSME. Yes, the micro and small medium scale enterprises. So based on that only we can possible to utilize that model also. But each models are having their unique cons. Okay, but we won't no, I hope that it's no negatives is there in the any one of the model.
Oh, okay. So we can use both. We can use the model and the same time use risk assessment.
Yes, of course. For example, in MRF company, the Madras rubber tire companies, you know that the tire companies, it's a very topmost companies. Yes, it's a famous companies of production in tire industries. In that company, even they are utilizing their 5 models. So the one company is using that particular model. It's not like that. Situation to situations we can utilize. So the above 5 models are utilized the MRF. It's the best example. That's why it's one of the major reasons, you know, that to compare the other industries, the tire industries facing many safety measurement problems. So that's why strictly that another thing is the MRF, it's mainly audited in the OSHA also, that is occupational safety health and administration. It is a US based, it's just like a accreditation. Yes, it's a US based accreditations. That means to compare the whole, yes, safety measurement administrative, the OSHA is most better, most strictable legislation also they have followed. That is also following their MRF companies, MRF industries.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Excuse me, ma'am.
If any questions, please.
There were mentioned human. Is it mean human error?
Sorry?
Human mentioned their poor maintenance. That mean human error.
Yeah, definitely. The human errors also now, the for all the models involved in the human intervention also. So if the human, if you know that it's not a, we are not the system. If you system to set the, for example, 11:30 or 12:30 or 1:30 in that each 1 hour frequency, the alarm will be setted in that AI or automations. It should be continued. Okay. That is systematic. But if you involved in the humans means definitely we get some error, right? So that's only the human replacement. The many of the important tragedy field, we replace the humans and in intervention of the automations. The human, another thing is we knows very well, if you type the one page for typing, definitely we get 3 to 4 mistakes, because that is human mistakes. That human error is, it's a excusable one. Okay, so that's why the major safety management system not believing their humans, they are involving their automations. Every models, some of the human error should be occurred. The possibility is very high only.
Okay.
That's why the engineers, we are that's why we are making their good engineers to more accountability, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
The fault trade analysis, therefore, we can use it for accident incident investigation.
Actually, I hope your voice is very minimal of, so that's why I did not understand. I hear your voice. Please, little bit
Okay.
louder.
Yeah, I'm asking if we can use the fault trade analysis for incident investigation.
I mean, FTA analysis, you are asking that?
Yes.
Yes, that is the fault tree analysis. It is a top down. Previously, I told na it's a, ETA means it's a basic to, I mean, it's a forwarded. Yes, but fault tree analysis means it's a backward. That means we focusing if any example. Yes, if one incident is happen, okay, why that incident is happen. Yes, we can analyze after the incident is happen. We found it, right? For example, Kumbhakonam fire accident, he knows very well about that. The 20 years back, still it's a very biggest fire accident in India, right? In that 36 small kids are just to be burned out, right? Burned in that fire incident. Because the thing is, why it's happened? After the analysis, we found it. It's we just to be make everything in the hunt. The school also running in the hunt. So we can find out that is fault tree analysis. So hereafter the government to just to be declared after the incident, the government just to be declared one thing. Hereafter own to be any one school, even not only kindergarten, any one school, we can't to be run in the proper buildings, without proper buildings. So that much of things, it's only get it for fault tree analysis. That is also most important. For example, we just to take their analysis of history also most important. One building was the 99, you know that previous week I just to I mean highlighted that incident. 1995, one of the building is collapsed in I mean Bangladesh, but the same things it's happened for 2013, right? So we just to be had such a fault tree analysis means automatic. Sorry, the 1995, the Korea had such a incident. The same incident happened in the 2013 at Bangladesh. But suppose those peoples are had a fault tree analysis means definitely it won't happen again in the after 18 years, right? That is this model main aim is, again we want to repeat such a incident. That is the major focus of fault tree analysis.
Okay. Thank you.
Actually, I want to just I want to know one thing. It is a safety management paper. It's a regular paper, or it's a general management paper. I mean, the general awareness, they are asking that safety management. What is the need you are, we are taking that safety management content for you. It is a
Sorry,
regular. Yes.
I don't understand, ma'am.
Actually, in that safety management, do you have any safety management course? I mean, subject?
No.
No. Okay. Just
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
general
Okay.
awareness only, your management asking me for taking their safety management classes, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. But you having any expectation for this topic needed, if you take that topic, if that is trendy topic like that, means you just to inform your management, definitely they will ask me, we will take the classes. Okay, not a problem. I hope that you having their share something. Suppose I'm just to taking the classes very fast, or the less content, you feel like that, please feel free to share with me. I'm just ready to change this also, not a problem.
It's okay, ma'am. It's okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you don't have any queries, please leave the sessions.